Okay, looking at this question 6 for our Walia tonight. So drawing the graph of an equation of a line on graph paper. So let's take question 6, part A here, and we'll go through this as an example. My pen is in night mode here, so let's try and get it adjusted. Okay, so we're going to be given y is equal to 4x plus 4, and that's typical equation that we would have learned how to find last week. So using our 2 points and starting off with y minus y1 is equal to m brackets x minus x1, and we'd fill in for our y1, our x1 and our m, and we get left with an equation something like this here. And the big benefit of creating an equation is if I fill in any value for x, then I get out the partner value for y from that. Okay, so I find out what y is equal to when I fill in any value for x, and that will tell us a point on the line. So let's let's do some example ones. So let's try and find the y value when x equals, and again we just pick some numbers. So an easy number is always number 1. So let x equals to 1. And we say, well, y is equal to 4 times. Now instead of x, I'm letting x equals 1 and just writing out everything else. So y is equal to 4 plus 4. So y is equal to 8. So when x equals 1, y equals 8. And we can write that as one single point then, just 1, 8. Okay. And that's a point on the graph that we can plot. We could do it again. We can do it for lots of points. So I'm going to say x equals 2 as well. Normally we try and keep a little bit of a gap in between the 2 points, just so it's easier to draw the line when we're finished. I'll show you why in a second. But for the moment, let's just go y equals 2. So y is equal to 4 brackets 2 plus 4. So y is equal to 8 plus 4. Y is equal to 12. So when x equals 2, then y equals 12. And again, we can write that as a point by itself. So 2, 12. Okay, and that's the 2 points is enough to get on a line. So I have these 2 points now. Let's try and plot those on a graph. So today we looked at drawing a graph. If you have grid paper like you can see on my page here, just stick on the lines, stay on convenient lines. If you don't, so if you have grid paper like, let's say, like this stuff, these lines here, then start off on a line like I've done here. So start off on a line there. Just draw your y-axis straight down and use these lines here as your increments going upwards, okay? Again, down, let's just use those increments. And then get a ruler to measure your distance out. Let's see, where's my ruler? And this is very important. So start off on like one of those increments. So you can see there my increment here. So you can see I'm started on like a full, like my center line is on like 1 full centimeter, and go out then centimeters out from that. Is that okay? Only going your whole centimeters. And we discussed it in class today, but I'm going to discuss it a little bit further now. So you can see I have all my centimeters marked out, but if you want to like leave 2 centimeters between each interval, you can. So, but whatever distance you leave between 0 and 1, you must leave the same distance between 1 and 2, and 2 and 3, and so on. There's my 1, this is my 2, there's my 3. Then backwards I have -1, -2. Downwards, we can go 1, 2, 3. Now I have to be careful here because I know I need to get up to 12 here. So let's go maybe up in 2s here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So just be clever about what spacings, what your increments are going to be. Okay, and eventually you'll get it in practice. like over the next couple of weeks will get you better and better and better at this. So the first point is 1, 8. So come out 1, go right up to 8. Use a ruler to kind of guide you up. If you've lines like I have here, and 2, and again come right up from 2, right up to it's 2, 12. Okay, get out your ruler again and just join up these two. And that's what we do with these. Okay, that'll be the same for each of these. So join up the line between these two, but don't just stop there. Continue on your line downwards and upwards as well past those, because this line continues on up and down forever. Okay, so that's that question. They're all kind of more or less the same as that. So again, practice that yourselves.